right, so today we're going to be talking about the process of how we generate leads, whole scripts, the whole entire sales process for Secure Securities. My name is Anthony Richardson. I'm the president of Secure Securities, and I wanted to do this quick presentation to give you an overview of how essentially we make the money within the business. And it has some cold calling scripts. This can help you talk to the customer. Even if you have some challenges with the customers, there's some objections in there. It goes over the products that we have that we're selling and the customers that we work with, or the vendors, I would say, actually. So let's get straight to it. So the introduction is, like I said, my name is Anthony Richardson. I'm the president of Secure Securities. We're a minority owned. We are a minority owned fire alarm and security company. We do a lot of fire alarm installs for the government sector, and we're trying to increase the market into the commercial space, residential, and all other sectors so we could provide more fire alarm systems out there across New York City, and also camera systems as well. So we've been in business for around 10 years, or 9 years, 10 years, this 10th year. So since 2017, we've been actively in business, and we've been going ever since. So our mission statement here is to organize, integrate security and fire alarm systems so our clients can have a clear understanding of what we're delivering. Because a lot of times we face when we're doing these fire alarm installs, they don't understand how long the process takes and how many hands are involved. They automatically assume we work directly in partnership with the fire department and we can make these guys do whatever we want them to do, and it don't work that way. So fire department is one agency that has to handle every building in all of the 5 boroughs, and it's like a handful of them. So they're already overwhelmed, and for them to think that I can move this, or any one of us can move this process any faster, is ridiculous. So they need to understand that when we submit drawings and the plan examiner has to review them, they need to understand when we submit drawings and the plan examiner has to review them, it's stacks of 100 plans that he has to examine and go through and make comments and approve or disapprove. So it's a little process, but that's what we're here for, to explain what this process is, so that way they could understand what they're facing. And plus, when we charge them this money, they understand why they're paying for it. So we intend to deliver more value than the client intend, right? So what that means is, like I said, we're gonna let them know all of the details that's involved with a fire alarm installation, so there's no hiccups in the beginning, how long it takes at the end when the inspector comes out. There may be some changes because there's always some changes. The inspector always wants us to add more devices, so that kicks back to the customer because they have to pay money. So all of this stuff up front needs to be, the customer needs to know this. So our target audience is the local federal government, city and state agencies, and we also target, electrical contractors, GC developers, and property managers, because these are the guys who's building the buildings. And in New York City, the electrical contractors are the ones who actually get the fire alarm jobs. So they will be looking for us to hire us for smarts and parts because they'll be doing the install. And outside of New York City, still could use electricians, but we could do our own installs with the help of electricians running the power. But in New York City, electricians have to do the work. So here's the hierarchy for the team. So we're going to have the sales director, which is going to report to the president, of course. Then we're going to have a business development manager. The business development manager is going to have 2 guys up under him, the account executive and the business rep, or the business development rep. And then we're going to have the sales support specialist and then a customer success manager. So this is the team we're looking to build. As a sales director, you're going to define and execute the sales strategy, set the sales targets, and monitor the team performance. That's pretty much what I'm doing now. So when we get a sales director, that will be the position or the job requirements for that sales director. For the business development manager is to identify new markets and partnership opportunities. Your job is to reach out and get these electrical contractors and property managers and build relationship with those. And then we have the business development rep is to introduce flexible pricing models or packages that cater to different budget constraints. We have a few security packages, so your job would be to develop all of the packages that we need, whether it be for cameras, card access, or cameras and card access. So a bunch of different packages we will have to put together so that way we could brand ourselves and sell accordingly to the market. Then we have an account exec that convert and qualify leads and sign contracts. So when we send out our proposals, the account exec will be following up with these clients that we sent proposals to, so that way we could find out if we're going to get the job or not. And then we have the sales support specialist that will provide the administrative support to the sales team. You will be inputting all the data. You'll probably be the one doing a proposal and then send it up to the account exec for verification, signature, and things of that nature. Then we have the customer success manager. You focus on post-sale engagement to ensure client satisfaction. So after we finish the job, your job is to reach out to the client, see how we did, if we did the install right, if we left any garbage, if there's anything we could have do, if we need to come back for anything, and if they could give us a review or a survey, or if there's anything else we could help them with, or try to upsell, sell them something else that we could maybe offer them. Not to be abrasive, but to be friendly with it and let them know that we care. We try to help them. So our communication channels, the main channel is the website, and we have a Zobot on the website. So there would be somebody who's managing the Zobot because of the interaction from the clients or people that hit the website and ask questions. We post content on YouTube, more informative information, how-tos and reviews. Same thing as social media with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Google Ads. We run all of our Google Ads. The videos I create that I post on YouTube is all being ran through Google Ads. We also run ads on all the small social media platforms. Excuse me. We have a 845 local office number. We have a live agent. The number is 845-377-3001. And what that do is go to a live agent, and that live agent answers the phone and then redirects that client or that customer to our phone system, pretty much like forwarding the call to our phone system. We have our email addresses that we communicate with our clients with. Our phone system can send out text messages. We do webinars, Zooms. We also have a CRM that we use through Zoho. Zoho is our backbone for our entire business. Everything is intertwined within Zoho. And as you start learning more and more about the business, you understand the apps and what the apps that we're using. So the CRM is how we manage our customers. The campaigns is how we send out our campaigns for now. When we have the business development rep, he will be in charge of managing the campaigns, sending the campaigns out, and things like that. So Zoho Marketing and Zoho Desk. The desk is our, if Zoho Desk, that's like our, how can I call it? It's like your ticket agency. When you put a call in, you miss a call, it creates a ticket. So that's our service desk. So on the fire alarm side, we sell the Kitty fire alarm panels that we get from the manufacturer, or generally whatever system is actually spec'd out for that particular job, because sometimes we may sell Firelight or a different brand of system, but generally we'll sell the Kitty system. So when it comes to fire alarm, we do fire alarm maintenance, fire alarm inspections, fire alarm installations, fire alarm service, fire alarm monitoring. We remove violations. We design fire alarm systems. We expedite fire alarm jobs. We also write letters for nuisance alarms. We can do fire alarm consultation if you need some help building the system. And we also sell the equipment. So we do everything that has to do with fire alarm. And we also provide camera systems as well. We use Snap AV with the Luma series NVRs and cameras, and also the Clear One NVRs and cameras for the lower tier clients. Now these cameras are all NDAA compliant. They're government compliant. They could be used on any government site. They don't have that chipset where these guys from other countries can look up into the system. So these cameras are fully compliant, night vision, and they're very affordable. So we use these brands right here that we sell to our clients, and it has a cool remote station that technicians don't even have to go out to the field. We could pull up the app and then troubleshoot straight remotely and solve any problem without sending out a truck. So that's why I went with these guys. And now they have the Clear One. So this is what we're going to be using for the intrusion system, for the alarm system. And they all integrate with each other. So you're going to have to get familiar with these products. So when clients are calling, you know what you're talking about. And we can put brochures together so that way we can understand exactly the packages we have and what we're doing. So now when it comes to monitoring, we do fire alarm monitoring too. That's on fire alarm side, but I'll put that. but I just broke it down here. So when it comes to monitoring, we do video monitoring and also burglar alarm monitoring, smart home monitoring, also fire alarm monitoring. So those are the three services we have, and there's different tiers when it comes to the smart home monitoring. If they want to do a standalone type system, or depending on the type of features they would like to have on top of their alarm system, will dictate the type of plan they're gonna have. But all of these things is all lined out. Here are distributors: Snap AV, Triad, Anixter, Graybar, Kitty, Nelly Security, and also ADI, which is not up there. So these are the places where we would be buying equipment from when we are selling our fire alarm or camera systems. Snap AV is where I'm getting all the cameras and alarm systems from. And Triad also, they have more alarm system and fire alarm from Triad. So what we do as a whole, as a fire alarm company, we provide fire alarm monitoring. It's not with statewide no more. It's with affiliated. So I'm gonna update this sheet. So this is with affiliated monitoring that does the monitoring, and this comes with an app that the client can use, download to take their system on and offline. Also, same thing with the burglar alarm monitoring. We also design fire alarm systems. We expedite the fire alarm jobs. We do fire alarm repair, inspections. We do the installations. We remove violations, same as the burglar alarm service. Burglar alarm inspections, if clients is looking for that. We install burglar alarm systems, and that also encompasses with smart home systems. So burglar alarm monitoring as well. We design IP cameras. We install IP cameras, and we also maintain them. And we have a cloud management service that we can charge a premium price for, so that way we can manage customer site remotely. We also do intercoms, design, repair, same as access control. So, and 24-hour emergency service. And that number is, they would be ringing 845-445-6224. So that'll be the number that they will ping to hit us 24 hours. So the key features, we're minority owned, so that give us our competitive advantage in the market, because a lot of times how I've been getting work is generally just by contractors sending me emails and asking for a price, and then they just go for my price. Then we go and install the equipment, or usually the electricians will install the equipment. We will program the equipment or guide them if they're having any issues, help them troubleshoot. Then we'll monitor the equipment, and everything is secure when you hire Secure Securities. So the key benefits is we have a step-by-step path from inception to completion with all details in between. So what that means is, once we make the first contact to the lead, and how we're going to close that same lead and make some money off that lead. So our unique selling point is we have 4 secure packages. So our unique selling points, we have secure services, secured installation, and secured monitoring. Now, this will get into the background of the type of person that this is our avatar, the person we're targeting. So you're gonna have to go over this, read this, understand it, so that way you type of person we're trying to target. So that way when we start conveying our message, we know who we're talking to. There's more of the buyer's persona, some obstacles, some dream outcomes, some challenges, some objections. So this stuff right here, you're gonna have to start. These are stuff that I pulled out from actual having conversations with clients, some objections they had, and some of the obstacles and some of the things I did to overcome those objections. So we want to target commercial property managers, facility managers, building owners, and retail managers, industry park administrators, healthcare facility administrators, educational institutions, and government buildings. Right here. Here's some of the pain points that I've experienced, that some of the customers has been having over my course of the years, me installing fire alarm and security, is they're not understanding what the compliance measures are when it comes to installing fire alarm systems. They normally don't understand how much money they need to have. They don't understand the technology. So when I'm trying to explain it to them, I give it to them in a form that they can understand as a third grader. And after the system is installed, what are we doing to reduce false alarms? How do we keep the tenant safe? So these things right here are all the challenges that a lot of these customers and clients face. So we have to come up with solutions to these challenges. So this is how we will address those needs through comprehensive security solutions. We're going to explain all the regulatory compliances, help them understand the rules and regulations when it comes to fire alarm, flexible pricing models if they need to pay over a certain amount of time, if they can't pay in a lump sum, because usually we'll get a deposit and progress payments throughout the project. How we can integrate the technology, the smart home system with the cameras, the access control with the intercom, things like that. False alarm prevention features, that's doing testing inspections, making sure they have annual agreements so we could actually maintain the system on a yearly basis. And definitely tools that they could use that tools that they could use that's very easy to use. More ways of how we will address their issues. So please, I need you definitely go over this, study this, learn this, so that way it's easier for you when you're actually talking and dealing with clients. It's way smoother when you know what you're talking about. So the sales process, we have lead generation. We run an ads, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, blogs off the website. Then the client get pre-qualified if they fill out a form. Then they get sent into an automation to warm them up, to let them know who we are, what we're doing, give them more information about the company and the things we sell and do, discounts. We gather more information. Then we give them a score. Depending on their interaction with us, they get a lead score. Then when that lead score gets high enough, we start to make contact. We're already making contact through email, but we're gonna pick up the phone and see if we can get them on the phone and try to talk to them. So after let's say we talk to the client, everything's good to go. They like what we're talking about. We're going to send them a proposal. Then once we send them the proposal, we're going to follow up, making sure they got it, they understand it. If they have any questions, go over the proposal with them. Then we collect the payment, send out the contracts, and then we onboard the client. So that's the whole entire process. So learn this, understand this, so that way it's an easy, smooth transition when we bring your clients on. So this right here breaks down the sales process and funnel strategy. Going to be offering free consultation. I'm going to be doing a lot of product demonstrations. We have trial offers. Give people, send out some alarm systems and have them test it for 30 days. And if they don't like it, they could send it back or they could keep the equipment. Whatever we decide to do, this is how we're going to do it. So it's more processing, purchase history, the post, what happens after you post, what the purchase, what happens during the purchase, how we collect the money, what happens after, what we should be doing after, and what what's the referral programs like? What are we gonna do? So this sales process. So as we continue the sales process, you have the purchasing stage, the post-purchasing stage, and the referral program, the customer loyalty stage. So that way we could build more trust and upsell more things to our existing customers. So this is more of a buyer's persona profile, giving us more clear direction and steps of how we should engage with these clients. So all these 11 steps is what we go through for any lead, any client, any job. So these steps right here. So that way we follow the script, and that way we keep our customers happy. So here we're going to start breaking down some of the techniques that I pulled out when talking to customers over the phone, in person, or even sending out emails or even cold calling. So I have a cold calling script for you to study. This doesn't have to be word for word, but this is just giving you a guide and template of how you should interact with the customer, especially when they're asking certain questions. Because if you don't have the knowledge like I do, I want you to be able to talk confidently. I go email template, and this will all be down. You can get these files in a PDF. I have all these files for you. So some of the key benefits is we have it all fire alarm system, tailored installation programs, 24/7 monitoring, and we can explore whatever needs that they need after that. So here, right, this is just another template that you can use and plug in our information, plug in an information and our information down here with your name and title. This is how you can handle objections because people are always skeptical unless they trust you. I notice once they trust you, they wallet open up and never close. But when they don't trust you, you couldn't get a dime from them. But once you start building trust, my lord, the floodgates open. You can have as much money as you want from anybody. More objections, please. So study this. This is what is going to be needed to overcome these objections from these clients. And it's going to take practice. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen off the first couple conversations. You got to build a swag in order for you to be able to talk it the right way. So here's some closing techniques. So there's three different types of closing techniques here. We have the assumptive close, the trial close, and the alternative close. So we want to assume the sale is done, deal and proceed with the next step. So here it gives an example of how you could actually do that. Same with the trial and an alternative close. Now, when it comes to doing this, We can have the role play, so that way we feel comfortable when we throwing our words back and forth, especially to the client. Because the more confident you sound when you're speaking, the easier it is for them to pay for anything that we offer. The more closing techniques, summary close, the urgency close. So it depends on how the conversation is going, will depend on which strategy you're going to use, or which closing technique, or which opening technique, or which script you're going to use. So as you practice, the better you become. So our sales tools is all from Zoho. So Zoho CRM, Zoho Social, Zoho Binging, Desk Meeting, Sales Inbox, Assist. You'll see what all of these apps do and what they are as you start getting more and more acclimated with the business. So when it comes to the sales training, this is actually part of it. There's going to be more training, more books I'm going to suggest that you read, some videos I'm going to suggest that you watch, so that way you can sharpen your skills when it comes to, sales. So week one is orientation, the welcome meeting, paperwork, get all that good stuff done, get you registered so you can start getting paid. Then you have the next couple of days where we start diving into the product offering, getting you acclimated with all the stuff that we offer. Week two, more training, more knowledge, features, and benefits, introducing pricing strategies, negotiation skills, understanding the clients and target market. So this is going to be like a whole 12-week, 15-week program. So it's going to be like a whole 12-week program for you to get fully acclimated with everything Secure offers and everything that Secure does. So it's not really too different from any other service-based business out there. It's just, understanding how we do it. That's all. So if you have any questions, always shoot me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call, whatever. I'll be there to answer whatever questions, or I could probably just do a video to even elaborate more on whatever topic you need help with. So we're going to start measuring performances and creating key performance indicators for all of the jobs that we do. So that way we could understand if a person is not understanding what they're doing, maybe they need to be trained more, or they just may not be the right person for that position. You understand? So if we have key performance indicators like 5 items to a task, and these are the 5 items that need to be done, and once you master those 5 items, it should be easy for you to do. But if you're struggling with these 5 items, then that means maybe we need to further train you on some of those items, whatever those 5 items are, or those items are maybe too difficult for you and may have to find something that's suitable for you, or this may not be the job for you. So there's going to be a lot of KPIs. We're going to be measuring a lot, everything from the website to employee performance, sales, leads, goals, how much per month, are you meeting your numbers. We also going to need like some type of feedback mechanism, some way we could get surveys from our clients. We need to get information of how we're doing out there. If we're doing bad, we need to know if we're doing bad, so that we could fix the doing bad and make those bads good. We don't want to keep doing and repeating the same bad habits. So we want to make sure we get information and feedback from our clients, however we get them, so that way we can make the adjustments. Same as surveys, so that's the same thing. We when we sending out surveys, we want to, what we're trying to do is understand what these people want, what our audience wants. So when we're sending out surveys, so that way we could tailor our marketing plan a little bit better and answer whatever questions or hit those pain points for the customers that's looking for a problem that need to be solved. So we have responsive communication and accessibility and ease of use. Our website is very accessible and ease of use, especially when it comes to people navigating around, or anyone who has some disabilities. Our website is still either, legible for a person who can't hear, or it could actually speak to them for a person who can't see. Here's some upselling strategies. We could integrate with other systems like access control and cameras, intercom access control and cameras, burglar alarm and cameras. So we can have a lot of packages and integrations together. We can have advanced features, so we don't have to give them all the smart home features all at once, especially with the clear products. So if we put in window shades, lights, and all this different type of automations. Those different type of automation have tier programs with them, and also if they want to do alarm monitoring, maybe via phone or via cell or via IP communicator, all of these have different tiers. Then we have cross-selling strategies: security monitoring, alarm monitoring, video monitoring. These type of things could be cross-selling: emergency response planning, fire safety assessment, access control systems, integration, regular system audits. If we get a new client, we could audit their system for free or something like that, or for a small fee. We could provide customer education, and also we could bundle up some packages. Here I've done some competitor analysis for a couple of the companies out there that I felt are direct competitors, because anyone in security field is a direct competitor, but no one is a competitor because I'm not competing with no other company. I'm doing what I do uniquely against all these other companies, even though we're selling the same products. If they're not doing what I'm doing, and I'm not doing what they're doing. So here it breaks down the strengths and weaknesses of Honeywell, and also Johnson Controls, Siemens, Bosch Security Systems, ADT. So going through these, you can go through these and find out and get an idea of how these systems or these companies operate, so that way we can operate differently. So some of the trends in the market: smart home integration, cloud-based services, cybersecurity concerns, but there's a lot of opportunities within that same market, and also some threats. So with the systems that we use have a lot of filters and protection on top of it, a lot of encryption to prevent from threats. You can't stop everything because there are people that are super smart out there, but we could slow them down, or we could prevent it by taking measures, making our passwords difficult, putting in VPN routers, or putting in more filters on our network, especially passwords. So our SWOT analysis here: we specialize in the government market. We are a minority-owned business, and we have an established reputation because we completed a lot of work over the past years. Some of our weaknesses are: I'm the only one. I have another technician now. I just hired a few weeks ago, but it was just me doing the technical work, doing the sales, answering the phones, doing the billing, wearing all the hats. So, and I have an undeveloped marketing strategy because it's only one brain, and there's but so much that one person can do and manage to keep things going. But I've been doing very, very well because I understand what needs to be done, and everything is set up. It just needs to be managed a little bit more efficiently. So I need more people in place to handle more people in place so they can manage these tools a lot more efficiently. But we have a lot of opportunities for technicians, for all the positions that we could possibly think of within a corporation. We can grow and expand with all of these positions. Some of the threats we face is the competition, meaning these other companies have a lot more money than I do, large budgets, and the government. When we get government work, they don't normally pay as quickly as we would like them to. Sometimes it's 60 days, 90 days, maybe a little longer. And what we do to stay afloat is, we just keep busting out a lot of service that we have on a daily basis, and the monitoring contracts that we have help us out on a monthly basis with the RMR. We continue to build more relationships and network with more people so we can get more work, more jobs, complete more work, and get our name out there a lot more, make more money, grow, open more positions, hire more people. Some of our differentiating strategy is our diversity, our minority certificate, our specialized expertise in government work, knowing how to fill out these proposals, answer these requests, and actually get work, do the work, complete the work, and actually get paid, all start to finish. We also have our own training program. I have a website built, a school actually, that provides all the information that actually goes on within the business, from writing proposals to writing letters to all the Zoho apps, sales, marketing, technicians, you name it. Whatever you can think of is within that training program. We always got to make sure we're responsive, very, very, very responsive when it comes to our customer interaction. And when it comes to you improving yourself or furthering yourself, there are certifications that you can get yourself to advance yourself. You want to raise, you want more money, you have to become more marketable within the industry. So you have to gain more knowledge. Fire alarm and security is serious business, and you can get sued for liability because the alarm system didn't stop a burglar or because a building burned down. So we deal with Kirschenbaum and Kirschenbaum to write our contracts so that way when we bring on clients, they sign our contracts and we're pretty much protecting ourselves from liability. And all those contracts, all the templates is on the company drive, and you'll get access to the company drive. So that way, if we need to create contracts and send them out, you know where to get them. So these 5 steps here is all the rules and regulations and compliance measures that we have to follow from the fire department guidelines, NFPA guidelines, the international building codes, the underwriters laboratories, and NEC, and also the ADA. So all of these rules, regulations, and compliance measures we have to understand, we have to know. And you don't have to know everything, but you at least have to have the resources so that way if you need to find some information, you know how to get to it. So it's always good to buy books from NFPA so that way you could know what the regulations are, especially when it comes to fire alarm. You could challenge any and everything. When we doing ourselves, it's always ethical. Never nothing unethical. I'm not looking to steal from nobody, rob nobody, make bad impressions. I'm here to do the right thing, provide a solution that they are looking for. Nothing more, nothing less. So our communication should be transparent. We should have informed our information should be informed. We should have make sure we keep all of our clients confidential. We should make sure that we keep everything confidential between our clients' information, and everything should always be locked and key. All right. So we're not going to be doing nothing unfair, and we're not going to have any conflict of interest at all. So everything's going to be on the up and up and straightforward. So we're not going to be lying. We're not going to be doing nothing dishonest. We're not going to be doing anything that's negative to make money. Our pricing is always going to be fair. We're always going to educate our customers so that way they understand what they're getting and they can make a informed decision if they want to go with it or not. We're always going to provide quality assurance, and we're always going to make sure we provide privacy for all of our data. We always want to remain professional at all times, before and after the sale. We don't have any case studies. We don't have any case studies as of yet. We will building on those so that way we can have some case studies, put some on the website so that way people can understand how we're helping people by providing a solution. We're touching lives out there. So here are some of the frequently asked questions. You can go through these questions, get an understanding what some of these people would be asking us. Because we are still fairly new out there on the market, so we still have to build a lot of trust out there. Some of the sales objections. Your price seems higher than the other quotes we receive. You know, these are some of the objections and how we could respond to them. And these are so that is the end of the sales presentation. So in a nutshell, hope you could understand what secured security offer. We're a fire alarm company, yes, but we also do security, burglar alarm systems, camera systems. So you just got to start understanding what the products are and how to sell the product. So when customers are calling, you know which direction you need to go. And if you have any questions, just hit me up. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.